So what we're talking about today, you guys, is Diamond Lane. Some of you guys know about it, some don't. If you're newer in here, we have like, 100 people or so come into Gold Getters every single day. So I imagine, that you don't know about it if you're newer in here. Diamond Lane is my mastermind group. So Diamond Lane is where we get very, very, it's advanced. It's about team building, but now, starting tomorrow, actually, we're getting more into some like uber advanced stuff. So like personal branding, and also moving out into other income streams and things like that. So it's not just even young living anymore. Baby bear, I can't right now. Okay. This is what life is like right now, you guys. So anywho, yeah, Nadine, what was life like? Well, first of all, before Go for Gold, let's just ask about that real quick. So before you were doing Go for Gold, what was your business like? What was life like before Go for Gold as opposed to after it?
So I think I started it like I think it was in October when I really got into it. And I had been a gold for it's been a long time, so I can't hear it. I think 3 years. But yeah, without really moving a lot. And I just started feeling like there's got to be, like in my head, we were thinking there's got to be a code that needs to be cracked here, because whatever we are doing and have been doing for this long time, it's just it's somehow not working anymore. But I'm not saying that it didn't, because it got me to that place. But I felt stuck. And I felt like this is not as fun anymore as it used to be. And I don't like that. I got this business going because it was super fun, and I was like, I want to get back there. So I heard about Go for Gold from, I don't even remember where it was. It was in a group somewhere, but it was Abby who told me about it, or I heard.
Oh yeah.
So I looked into it, and I was like, it's crazy, because in my intuition was already going towards like, I need to personally brand. I need to take this off the young living track only. And I got to take it to a place where it can be about something that I'm passionate about combined with the oil. So I'm like, ooh,
that's that
right here. So I have to say that I got into it, and then I set up a couple things, and I worked on a couple of things, and then I stopped because the holidays came and everything was kind of got disrupted. But that's when you moved it to the new platform and redid the videos. So I started with the old ones, and then I feel like the moment you change that's when it all became really clear to me and easy to follow. And the worksheets I feel like the worksheets took it to a whole new level. So good.
They're so
the
good.
Worksheets are amazing.
And that was Get Oiling doing a lot of that stuff in the background too. They just rock. They're great people to work with. Okay, and then so the difference between like when you were getting going with Go for Gold and then Diamond Lane. So what is the difference that Diamond Lane has meant for you?
So for me, I'm a blue personality. So I'm kind of like scatterbrained all over the place, and I have about 1 million ideas every day that I want to do like right now.
Yes, right.
Which is not bad necessarily, but getting like a structure into it has been my biggest challenge, to be like, okay, well, it's a good idea, but we don't have to do it right now. We can figure out how to best, get it into the whole big picture. So I got into Diamond Lane just to kind of check it out. It was a free month that I got. And I love that you put daily checklists in there. So, because my personality type just needs that. I need someone to literally be like, okay, today do this, this, and that. I try to create those for myself, and it's been pretty successful, but you do actually add something different every day that I usually don't even think about. I'm like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Like, yes. It's like, we have our things that we do every day, and those are important. And I have been doing those for a while now, but adding like that little extra in there where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, so I should really be doing that too. And really having that checkpoint every day. That's been huge for me, huge.
That was, so whenever, and I talk about this a lot, but whenever I create like new things, it's always because my team needs them or because I needed them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's never just like out of, well, I'm just going to make this thing and let's see how this goes. It's never like that. It's like, man, it would have been cool if I had this. It really would have been cool if somebody told me what to do and X, Y, and Z, right? Like
Yes.
that's why I make this stuff. So I essentially just make it for my team first, but it was necessary. I have people on my
Exactly.
team that literally print out the checklist every day, and you do too.
Well, I don't print it, but I
Binders.
copy it over to my Trello board because then
Yeah.
it's an actual checklist where I can check it off. Because it's another one of
Yes.
those things that really does something in my brain when I can see things checked off. And
I
again,
highlight
that's,
things when they're done.
yep.
That's
So
my,
that has been like, when I first realized that's what's in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's worth it in itself to me.
yeah.
It does keep me on track. I have them all lined up and I can see, oh, okay, so I need to, go back to a day ago and finish it. Because I do, because of that, because of the diamond lane and the checklist, I hold myself accountable now to,
Ooh.
if I haven't reached out to my 5 to 10 people that day, then I better reach out to 20 people the next day. It's
Yes.
hard, but
It's harder,
gotta do
right?
what you gotta do, right? Yeah.
When you let them pile up, like you'll maybe let people pile up a couple times. And then
Yeah,
after
it's not
that,
fun.
it's like never again, right?
And it's not
Because
good.
I remember there was one day where it was like freaking 50 people or something because I had just gotten so off the rails. And I'm like, but I still committed to myself that I'm going to do them. And I'm like, I am literally messaging 50. And that's like kind of all I can do that day, right?
Yeah.
It's message people if you're
Right.
messaging 50 people. And yeah, I understand that completely. I love the commitment to that though, because somebody that wasn't committed wouldn't even have come upon that, right?
I
They would
have
just be
to,
like,
like,
man,
yeah. 'Cause I'm like, if I want to do this, I need, and that's another, I feel like that's another, the whole energy you bring, and that's across all the courses. And I have to admit that I haven't finished them all. I have them all. I have not done the builders, bring on the builders. I
uh-huh.
haven't done that one yet, unfortunately. But I am pretty active in the things that we do in Diamond Lane, and I have done Go for Gold, and I have done 20 and 30, which was kind of like the spark that I needed back in
Yeah.
February. But that whole energy that's coming and the outlook of, yeah, this actually works.
Mm-hmm.
Just it just changed my whole attitude towards it, and I feel like that's what I needed. That was the whole thing that I was lacking, right? Like coming out of 3 years of not moving anywhere and trying all the different things, and then finally it's like, okay, there's hope. Like we can
Yeah.
actually do this, and people are doing the same thing, but still everyone is doing it in a different way because we all have a different bat signal. And I feel like that message is a big deal, right? Because I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell my team now too, hey, we don't all have to talk about the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but we can weave in these oils that we're all trying to get into
Yeah.
people's homes, but we're all doing it in our unique way. And I'm like, that's the genius behind all this. I really love that. I really
I
love that.
love it. Yeah, so I used to work at GoDaddy, and one of their things was they had, like templated services. So like websites and stuff like that was one of, I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
you're familiar. And people would be like, they would call in and they would be like, yeah, but I don't want mine to look like, I don't want my massage website to look like so-and-so's massage website. And I get it, right? Like
Right.
you don't, because it kind of looks like you're phoning it in. Even though it's really nice looking, it still looks like you're phoning it in. And that was the concept that always sat with me. That was like, you can do something well, but then allow somebody to put their own flavor on it so it looks like them and they can take ownership of their own stuff, right? And it looks like it can be the same concepts, but the flavor is different. And that's Go for Gold, like to a T. That's exactly what it's about. What would you say to somebody, and I won't keep you all day, also because I'm
And
halfway
my
into
kids
my
are about
first.
to come back into this house, so
Oh, right.
so it's about to get loud in here.
It's about to get loud. How would you what would you say to somebody that's on the fence thinking about joining Diamond Lane?
So I would say if they have completed the system, so Go for Gold, and if they have it in place, then I think that Diamond Lane is what they need as far as accountability and just kind of like diving deeper into each module. because there's also the coaching calls that you do once a week. And I try to hit those live, but otherwise they're recorded, so you can always access them. And those are nuggets. Like, I love those. And there's personalized coaching in there. So if I go into one of the coaching calls and I say, okay, you know, I have this and that issue, I really don't quite get this little part, but I have this and that in place, then you are literally going to answer my question in that call. And to me, that is worth everything, because you know the system and you know how it's supposed to be applied. We're all learning it, and I feel like that personalized coaching is gold. So I would say to someone who's on the fence to probably complete the prep work first, because otherwise it might be at a time, you know, where it's a little bit too much, and you want to make sure that you have what you need in place in order to be able to really dive deeper into it. But I think it's 100% worth it to you know, to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I totally agree. I'm glad that you said that, because that's sometimes people try to come in before they're done with Go for Gold, and I'm like, we're going to be building on it. It's like math, right? It's like when you're building on, in math, you build on mathematical concepts. So if you don't understand this concept before, you really can't go forward. So like, you have to already have a good grasp of what Go for Gold is before you get into Diamond Lane, because we're about to, you know, take that train to glory. Like, that's kind
no
of
kidding.
Yeah.
But I want to encourage everyone who has been starting or has started with Go for Gold to just do the thing, just finish it, because you know, I really like, it's a lot to put into place, but I feel like it's just that foundational work that you got to get done. But once that is in place and you have it all figured out, some things take a little longer. Some people might get hung up on their bat signal for a little bit, like I did. But then once it's there, you continue to refine it, and it's like, oh my God, I can talk about this and this. And all of a sudden you're like, this is fun again. Because I actually love talking about this stuff. And it's not I have to talk about pet oils now, you know, even though I really don't know much about it and I don't really care about it.
Yes.
So
right.
you go with what you know, love. So, but anyway, once you have that in place, I feel like the foundational work is super important. So everyone should go and get that done, since, you know, you already have it. Just do it. It's super worth it. Just do it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nadine. I appreciate you coming on here with me, and we figured out time and everything. You guys didn't see it beforehand, but we were running around. She's messaging me like, I'm on here. And I'm like, oh, I'm on the couch. Hang on. I'll be there in just a second. But thank you so much. And everybody, you guys have an awesome day as well. Bye-bye.
See you guys later. Bye.